Welcome back to Football Kings, guys. Today we'll be talking about Arsenal in the Champions League. I mean, it's really exciting. The last time they were in the Champions League was 20 years ago, and now they finally made it back. One thing that crosses my mind is a conversation that we had.
Say Andy is very happy. AB,
The one thing that crosses my mind is a
AB.
conversation we had, and that was the conversation
Mm,
about Arteta. You said Arteta is not yet elite. There's a little bit extra for him to get to that elite level. With
mhm,
them making it into this UCL final, where do
mm.
you stand with Arteta as a manager? Do you consider him elite or not?
I think the general consensus would be that we should admit he's done a good job, a great job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a closet Arsenal fan, just so you know, AB. Let's put it out there. I'm not, and I will never be a closet Arsenal fan. Never. Do you get? But one thing is, I like Arteta as a person. The reason I like him is because of his coaching journey.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get? Not because I like the club. No, the coaching journey of Arteta is something you look at from when he left City as an assistant, came to Arsenal, struggled in the first season, but still got something, and he's been adding layers upon layers upon layers, and it's obvious. If you
Mm-hmm.
say, "Oh, has Arsenal made progress?" There's nobody on earth that will say they've not made progress. If you say they've not made progress,
I
then
feel
you are
like you're
just a hater.
dancing around the
No, no,
answer.
no, no, no.
You're
No,
dancing
I'm
around
I'm
the
getting
answer.
there. I'm
You're dancing
getting
around.
there.
We know all these
I'm
things.
getting
We know
there.
all these things.
So
Can you answer
that
and then
said,
say your reason?
that
Can you
said,
answer and then say your reason?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that said, what distinguishes you from the rest? The trophy cabinet. Can you do now? He's done something. He's written himself in history books, right?
You're still
But
dancing around this answer.
Kingsley, but we need him to
Do you
win
consider
something. Win,
Arteta to be an
not yet.
elite manager? Not
Mm.
yet. Why? Because he has not won
I want
something.
him once he wins. If he wins the Premier League or Champions League or both, boom, he's there for me.
I feel like the expectations people are
Yeah.
having for Arteta is a bit too high. Last
Why
year
is it
he
too
took
high?
them. Last year he took them to the semifinals. This year he
Yeah.
took them to the finals.
He's
Last
taking them to two semifinals, right? No, 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 one.
last
Last
year he
year
took
was
them.
their
Last
first.
year he took them to the semifinals. This year he
Yeah.
took them to the finals. He
Wow.
has consistently made this team a title contending
Better.
team in the last
Yes, for years.
three,
Three
four
years.
years.
4 years.
They've
Yeah.
consistently been title contenders and been in that
Mm,
conversation when it comes to winning the title in the Prem. What
mm,
else does Arteta have to do to
mm.
become elite in your eyes? I feel like yes, he's not won the trophy, but you can start calling him elite. How many managers
Win the
would take?
Premier League. Win something.
How many managers? Yes, he has not won something,
Mm,
but how many managers will be able to do what he has done so far?
mm.
You get what I'm
Okay, Kingsley,
saying?
I'll ask you this thing now. Arsenal as a club, they don't have a European trophy, right? Write your name into their history book.
Yeah,
Write it.
I
To
know.
me, at
But
as a winger,
you put in
as
no,
a wing.
the
Okay,
reason
the
why I'm
last
arguing
okay,
with you, let me tell you the reason why
Kingsley,
I'm
let's
arguing with
go
you.
back. Let's
The
go back
reason
in
before
time.
you go back to no, let's not go back in time. Let's stay here.
Okay.
Let's stay in this era.
Mm.
The
No, but I
reason
want
why
to bring out
no, I want to
history,
before you go back
compare
in,
as a winger with
it's
him.
irrelevant to what I want to
It's
hammer on.
irrelevant.
Wait.
It's
The
irrelevant,
reason why
right?
it's irrelevant, I will give you. They'll tell you why. It's irrelevant
Mm.
because you opened your mouth and said Vincent Company is an elite manager because he won the Bundesliga.
Yes,
Vincent Company
and
is a man that relegated Burnley,
yes, yes,
got a
but
super squad,
it's not just the
of
Bundesliga he
players.
won.
Wait,
It's
got
not
a
just
super squad of
Bundesliga
players
he won.
in a league that is not as competitive as the Premier League.
But Kings
Arteta in this same Premier League with a
is
squad
not
that we wait with a
is
wait
not
now. Let me
only
finish with a
mm,
squad that is not as packed as that Bayern squad.
mhm,
Constantly being a title contender. Now,
mm,
previously last year semi-finals, this year final, and you still don't
mhm.
consider him elite just because he has not won a trophy.
If you get over the line, he needs to. He needs to. He needs to. Kingsley, okay. I wanted to bring out Arsene Wenger. That was the last person that took them to a Champions League final. Arsenal has only been to 2 Champions League final in their entire history as a club. And the two people that have taken them there are Arsene Wenger and Arteta, right? But now, before Arteta, you say Arsene Wenger was a world class, is a world class manager. But what made him world class? He won the Premier League. You saw him bringing new things.
I
Sports
never said world class. I said elite.
Arteta is getting there. I think he's
Oh
close,
God, no, 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 no.
close to elite based on his
Arteta is an
experience.
elite. Arteta is an elite manager.
He
He
should bring
is.
home he should
He
bring home
is,
the Premier League
and this
trophy.
is just
That's all.
people that don't call Arteta an elite
Mm,
manager just
mm,
don't want to agree. They are just being
mm,
biased. Your rubric keeps changing. The
mm.
goalpost keeps moving. Arteta
How
is
is
an
the
elite.
goalpost? How is the goalpost
You might not call
changing?
Arteta a world class manager. I understand. He's not world class. To get world
So
class
what's making
status,
him elite?
to get
Because he took
world
them
class
to the
status, you're talking
final.
about like a Pep. You're talking about a legend, a Pep, a Klopp. These are world class managers, right?
Mm,
He's not there. He can get there when he starts
mm.
winning things. But
Okay.
if you add company to that conversation of being elite, you
Okay.
have to
Let
add
me ask
Arteta.
you. Let
If
me
you
let
consider
me
Xabi
ask you.
Alonso,
I'll
do you
ask
consider
you.
Xabi Alonso an elite manager?
I won't say. Let's hold Jabi Alonso aside first. Kingsley, let's bring forward now. How many years has Arteta been a coach? Not an assistant coach, a first team manager for 7 years. I think Arsenal fans should remind me. I think it's 7,
Mm-hmm.
right? For 7 of these 7 years, he's won one trophy. It's not about that, but you look at Glasner. Glasner has had how many trophies now? One trophy, and he's taking them to another final. Do you get? If he wins, right?
It's not the same
But
thing.
would you now say
We're
Glasner
comparing
is
apples to
elite?
we're comparing apples to oranges because
I think
not
he
how
needs to
many
win the Premier
teams will
League.
get to the final of the UCL? How many?
Very few.
How many?
Very few.
You're talking about the elites of the elites in Europe that fight against each other. How many teams will get to the UCL final?
Very
So
few. Very few.
that's exactly why I'm like,
Mm.
let's just say it for what it is. But let me read some comments. Rookie saying I'm literally on the moon, can't even have this conversation. We are UCL, we are
Ah, for
UCL
the first
final for
time
the
in his
first time in
life.
my life. In your life, bro,
Oh my
how old are you?
God.
In your life.
Okay, it's young.
In
No,
your
no, it's
life, Rookie.
possible. It's possible. It's possible.
Okay, I guess so in your
No,
life.
no, 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 no,
Um
no. For rookie, how is that possible? But you said you are in a okay, no, no, I don't think it's
Rookie,
fair. Or
are you
maybe
like
as a
19?
no, 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 no. But maybe conscious fan,
Okay,
conscious as
conscious
an
man. Okay, for
Arsenal
first time
fan.
in my life.
Do
Okay,
you
cool.
get? Because now
Um
I watch Arsenal's last UCL final against Barcelona when Henry and we watched that game. Do you get what I'm saying? So we saw it, and Gyökeres was good today. Kingsley, I don't know what Arteta has done
mhm.
within this weekend. We saw Gyökeres weekend, and we saw him today. There's a difference. There is a difference. Like we need to admit. I think he was good. He was good. The way he was winning balls, like it's just
You think
different.
there's been a shift in his mentality?
I just feel now he's not overthinking things. He feels like he's fresh and he's just playing football.
Do you think that competition from Harvard kind of
Pack something in him.
set a fire under him that made him feel like
I
okay,
don't know, maybe like I don't know Kingsley, but the Jokeres I saw
or maybe he's
today,
understanding it now. He's understanding what he needs to do.
maybe
Mm.
he said, guys, I hope your family issues are
Thanks, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank
amen.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hopefully resolved. Yeah.
So
Saka
but
is top 3 right winger in the world.
SSB has started. SSB
SSB,
has
bro.
started.
Come on, bro. Top 3.
Right now, let's not go
Top
there.
3.
Let's not
Boy, Saka
this.
since Saka
But
came back.
but for
Since
this goal
Saka
he
came
scored,
back.
he's himself. He's back to the Saka we've known. The dangerous
Yeah.
Saka, the one that you don't even want him going against your defense. That's the Saka we're seeing now. And
Mm.
Arteta is managing him.
Mhm.
Do you get not playing him, mixing him up with the other guy that is the useless deputy? Do you get? But he's playing. But the time
Useless deputy is Madueke.
you said it. So the time he's on the pitch, he knows that he's going to get XYZ from Saka. and he's making an
Uh,
impact.
Drew is saying Andy Ben White's 2022-23 form is back.
Man.
Um,
And I think
says
you said if they get to the final, they will go on to win the Premier League.
I was saying
You remember
that
when?
I,
Yeah,
I think I was also saying when you look at it from Ateta's point of view, he's 3 games away from getting to the from winning the UCL. It's still a competition he has to take seriously, right?
yeah,
Because you win the first leg, win the second leg, then you're in the
final
final, and then you can focus on the prem, then come back to the final. The final will happen when the prem is done, I think,
after. Yes, yes.
right?
So you
So
probably win the Prem.
you probably
Then
win
you
the
have
prem, then win the UCL, or win the prem, then lose UCL, depending on their mentality, right? But winning the prem could push them to win the UCL, or it could negate that. But the
mm,
thing is, I still felt like it was a competition he had to take serious. They went to Atletico, they didn't lose. Good first leg.
mm,
Second
mm.
leg, Emirates, they finished it, which we all expected that coming to the Emirates, Atletico, they were most likely out. But what we
No,
all
but you
wanted was
can't
like a
say you
penalty.
can.
What
Arsenal
we all
gave a
wanted was
fight.
a penalty
Was a
shootout,
penalty. Yes, we all
extra
wanted
time
penalty.
penalty and all those things, but that didn't happen.
See, we are winning big game against West Ham. Better win. Unfortunately, maybe it's Arsenal that will relegate West Ham. Yes, because Chelsea
Yeah,
is
I
not
think.
relegating Spurs. Chelsea is going to lose to Spurs.
You think Chelsea will lose to Spurs to the Zerbi's
They
team?
would lose 100%. 100%, Kingsley. The Zebi
So
was in
we
our stand. The Zebi came to watch us at Stamford Bridge with his glasses and he was just smiling and laughing, discussing with the other. Is this the idiots we want to play? Are these the players people we want to play? I'm serious. That I felt like that's the conversation we like we're just talking. Like he wasn't impressed. Even the Zebi wasn't impressed with our football. That's the rival.
now you
Anyways,
guys,
say
Nottingham
Arsenal
Forest, the
have.
way Nottingham Forest beat you guys.
Do you know that was Team B? That was Team B of Nottingham
Yeah,
Forest.
that was not the
Morgan
guy.
Gisbert was not on the pitch.
You guys also
Guy,
tore his head up.
no, are you minding Sanchez?
Tore
Kingsley,
his head up. Damn, it's bad.
I tuned into that game. I tuned in. We're already 1-0 down. I say, okay, lunchtime. I say, okay, let me see what's happening. Then not for I just saw Gusto dragging somebody. I was like, Gusto, in this modern age, are you really a professional footballer? Like, why are you holding someone's shirt? Leave him, let him. And it's not that he was going to score. Leave him. Anyways, let's not talk about Chelsea. It's not a
Yeah, but,
Chelsea
but
day.
you never can tell. Awuni could have gotten to that ball because Gusto pulled him back.
He
Awuni could
couldn't
have
have
gotten.
gotten. The ball was high.
The ball
It
was high.
was
Okay,
high
fair,
a
fair,
bit.
fair, fair.
So just leave. Even if he score, he scored. Then you move on. You gave
Yeah,
Kopama penalty. He cannot score. Kopama just. In fact, that's the thing that
he passed
irritated
it to
me
the
about
keeper.
that game.
He
The thing
passed
that
it.
irritated me. The thing that irritated me about that game is you are still using him to play this guy. The guy should be on the bench. Garnacho and Pedro Neto didn't make the squad. Maybe they are injured. But the only shining light from that game was that our 18-year-old that came in for Garnacho.
That had
I was
concussion.
like, yes. I was like, so we have this boy on the bench or in academy, and we wasted 40 million on Garnacho. Are we serious or what? Anyway, let's move on. Say, guys, remember when I said Gusto don't want to be at Chelsea some weeks ago? We need to sell him. I'm telling his attitude is terrible. Cucurella and Gusto. Go and watch the game. The problems of that game, if you
Mm,
remove these three players, we could have won Nottingham Forest. Cucurella, Gusto, Kopama.
mm.
Just pick anybody. Pick someone from reserve and put them. They'll do a better job. But anyways, say Palmer should be benched against. They are going to play
Let
him.
me
Let's
say,
not
Kissy,
waste our time.
you're trashing us. I don't know, man. I don't know, Drew. I actually don't
Where is
know.
he trashing?
I don't know.
Drew,
We'll
nobody's
see.
trashing us. Nobody's okay. Okay, you mean
No
okay?
trash that
Liverpool
I
is
beating
beating
that I
us.
win in here.
And Chelsea fans, are we expecting a win from the rest of this season? No
You don't
win.
think
We
you
can't
guys?
win
You think you
anything.
guys will go 7 games else?
Kingsley, Rosinho lost. Rosinho left, and we still considered three.
So that means it was not Rosinho's fault.
It just shows these people have checked out. They are not interested. They are not interested. They are not. And
So that
today
means
we
so that
use
means
it.
was Rosinho right about the personnel?
when Rosinho said that we need to buy men, I don't blame the brother. The teacher was preaching. Yes, the teacher was. He wasn't good enough, but the teacher was preaching. He said Andy and his media friends. Why is it you always say Andy and his media friends? Andy and his media friends will tell me that they don't need Mourinho. You are kidding me. This team will get relegated if they don't hire a proven. And I agree with AB. Yes, we can't get relegated, and we would get relegated. I saw news today that Xavi wants to employ Xavi as our coach.
It's not
We're
good.
going down. Not good. What did Xavi do?
You
You
don't want
want?
Xavi.
They say they are looking for someone with the same philosophy as Maresca, XY. Like what? Like, anyways, you can argue that when Xavi went to Barca, he practically had no money, no signings, nothing, nothing, and he won the league with it. But still,
As we said, were you shocked over the City collapse yesterday? I
I
was.
wasn't.
There
I
were two
was.
things. There were two things that surprised me. The two
Mm.
things that surprised me was City bottling a 1-0 lead to be 3-1 down. I was like,
That was shocking. That
what
was shocking.
the flipping shit show is this?
That
And
was
then
shocking.
when Haaland, because City fans were leaving the stadium, and
Stadium.
then when Haaland scored, I was like, okay, maybe they get that draw.
And
But
if Haaland
when
didn't score, they lose that
they
game.
were going to lose that game.
At that time he scored,
If he didn't
he
score at
lose
that
that game.
time, they were losing that game 3-1 or 3-2.
100%.
So immediately Haaland quickly they just started playing. Haaland scored. I'm like, okay, cool. Then he said Liverpool dodged a bullet. No, Gay is still good. Gay is
Okay,
still
is
good.
good. He gave the pass and he knew that the guy was going to score. He knew because
Mm,
the way he even passed it, the way he
yeah,
even passed the ball,
I think
it
that was
did
just it was a mistake.
mistake.
It
He
was a
didn't hit the
mistake.
ball properly. He wanted to hit
Yeah,
it to the side so that Donnarumma would get it at the other side, right?
yeah,
Away from the player, but not enough force in the didn't
in the
hit the ball, bro.
past.
You see, Gay,
But
yeah, see, Gay and Semenyo broke mentally.
Semenyo has been bad now. Like I don't know if you guys have
Yeah,
noticed,
has
but
been,
Semenyo has
yeah,
been
bad.
poor.
Yeah,
He's been
and I think
poor.
that's what's setting
But
them back. Actually,
he's been poor, but anyways, Semenyo
it's
is
a
one for sure. I'm happy that we didn't get. But the Doku scoring two goals, Doku's two goals were really 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 good goals. So that was the good part of the game. Doku's goals. But really shocking performance from City. I think Arsenal they've
yeah.
won the league.
You think so?
I think so.
They played like this against Everton. They struggled. They will struggle against Crystal Palace,
They will also
hundred
struggle against
percent.
Brentford. They are playing Brentford,
And they will,
right?
yes, and they will struggle against Arsenal. All these teams are fighting for something.
Yeah, it's tough.
They are. They are. They
It's
are.
tough, especially because Rodri is not around. I think Rodri might not be around,
It's
and
affecting them.
Kovacic was ass.
But he's the one that
Kovacic
gave the
was
assist.
ass
He's the one that gave the assist, right?
for the goal.
Yeah, he's the one that gave Haaland the assist. So you
Okay,
can't.
anyways, let's give it to him. The assist was
The
okay,
moment
but
Rodri got
after
injured,
that assist, I'm just like,
I told you, immediately
nah.
Rodri gets injured. That's the end.
I don't think Kovacic, apart from that assist, it was not
Nothing.
anything special.
Nothing. It
I,
was
I
just
look
a
at it.
native
I look at the
cockroach.
players that City have, and
Mm.
I'm like, City actually have a bunch of average guys. When you think about
City.
it, yes.
Yeah. What they call it? This
Another
brother that
person,
is left back that
another,
is always
and
scoring
it's not
goals
even. I don't
was
think it's Pep.
terrible.
I don't think Pep has declined. I think it is more
He's
on the
tried with
players
he's
than
tried
even
with the
Pep.
team he has.
He
He's
has
tried with the
tried.
team
Like
he has. Yeah,
Kushanov,
I think so.
Gehi, they were sloppy in that game. Kushanov, I
Yeah.
don't know what
Imagine
happened to
Barry.
him.
Barry was just running both of them ragged.
Kushanov, I don't know what happened to Kushanov. Like he
Much.
typically is solid, but
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gotten too comfortable or he started behaving. I don't know. He's started being sloppy, and then Gehi
Let's be
unlucky.
saying you don't need Rodri to beat Everton if you really want
Fair
to
enough,
win.
fair enough. You don't need Rodgers to beat Everton,
But
but also
Kingsley, you know something?
Semenyo.
Did you watch
Nah,
David Moyes post match?
no, I didn't watch it. What did he
You know
say?
David Moyes was Arteta's coach. I think so in Everton. Guys, remind me. I
What
think
did he,
so.
what did he say in his post match?
It's more like they were asking him because apparently him and Arteta are close. So you're like, oh, you get a call in the morning. Ateta thanking you. He said, I hope so. But he said, we've done our bit for them, for him and us now. So they need to focus on winning the games
Mm.
ahead of them. So I was like, oh my God, he's really supporting him.
To win the
That's
league.
support from he's supporting his
What?
boy.
Okay, when you think about it, really,
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not the one. I don't want to do this person deserve to or deserve that. Football is
You
competition,
don't
right?
yeah.
Guy,
Yeah.
compete. If you win, you win.
Mm,
But
mm,
with the way they've been fighting the last
mm,
2, 3, 4 seasons now,
mm.
and with the way they've led this season so far, if they do win the league, I don't think any of us will feel like they did not deserve to win the league.
Yes.
Is that where I'm coming from? Is that clear? Like,
It's
if
fair.
they
It's fair,
eventually
yeah.
win the league, I don't think
Yeah.
we need to come out and say, Arsenal don't deserve to win this league. It was like how people were
No.
saying
No,
Liverpool's
no,
win
no.
last
No,
season
no,
was,
no, no,
oh,
no.
the only reason why
No.
Liverpool won last season was because other teams
No,
around you were not that good,
no,
which
no,
I
no.
still
I
feel
don't
is
think so.
ass, is
No,
crap.
no, no,
But
no.
if they do win this league,
You beat what is in front of you.
exactly, I would say, yeah, it was their league to lose anyways, and now they're in the driving seat. Anyways, AB saying City were unlucky yesterday. Their first half was one of the best 45 minutes of football I've seen this season. Did you see the
Played well in
determination and
that first half.
focus? That's not
They played
tactics,
well.
but will.
They played
What
well.
Chelsea needs. That's true. I agree. I agree.
They played well.
SSB saying, remember in the summer we talked about how City isn't getting the cream of the crop talent anymore. The game showed Semenyo, Cherki, Gonzalez, and others are a
Yeah,
tier
it's
below
yeah.
KDB,
Look,
Gundogan, Fernandez. Yes,
exactly. SSB just
100%.
summarized it. Exactly.
100%. They are just a tier under. Cherki.
Even this guy that came from AC Milan, the same thing. He just below,
Oh, Ryan, I
right?
even forgot Reinders is still there.
Real Madrid
Hmm.
wants him. Real Madrid wants
I
him.
can see it working. Reinders in Real
I
Madrid. But
actually
for
like
who?
Reinders.
But
I
for
like
what would he do?
Reinders than Bernardo Silva and all these guys, but yeah, maybe. You see, Arsenal can earn it, but they did not win it, in my opinion. That's not football. That's not. Even no matter what you say, if they anybody that wins it
Yeah,
between City and Arsenal, they deserve to win it because those teams fought.
they fought. They are the only two
They
in the they are
fought.
only the only two in the race. Every other person, nobody's winning
Yeah,
it. So
yeah.
they're the only two in the race. So yeah. Um
Ah, that was wrong change too.
Isaiah is saying if Arsenal wins the EPL and UCL, can Rice compete for Ballon d'Or? That's a
That's a
great
good question.
conversation though.
Rise for Ballon
It's a
d'Or.
great one. Rice for Ballon d'Or. But what would be the criteria? Anyway, the criteria for midfielders is different from
It's
the
harder.
criteria from
It's harder.
for strikers, attacking
It's
players.
harder.
Typically,
Really,
is
there's
goals,
no shout for them. But what will put him ahead of the rest is if England gets to semi-final of World Cup or final,
then Rice
then,
really.
then Rice will be the one. Do you get? But he works
But
hard.
why? Why does he have to depend on World Cup? Why
I
can't he
don't
be
know.
in that Ballon d'Or conversation?
He can. He can. But
Yeah, I
yes,
feel like it's
okay,
proven time
UCL
and time.
and yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
UCL
yeah.
and EPL.
You're
That's
right.
impressive.
But Kingsley, look at it this way. If he wins UCL and the Premier League, and someone like Olise wins the World Cup with France, then we're having
Ah,
another conversation.
Olise. To be fair, if Olise wins, if
If
Bayern
Bayern
wins,
wins it,
would you guys consider Kane or would you consider Declan Rice
Kane is miles ahead of Declan Rice because of the
when it
work
comes
he
to that
does.
Ballon d'Or
Kane
conversation?
Kane can play as a midfielder. I hope in games he plays as a midfielder,
Yeah.
plays as a defender, he does everything.
Hmm.
Do you get? So if anything that makes Kane win the UCL and
Hmm.
England gets to semi-final, his Ballon d'Or, there's no player on earth that is better than him. You might say Mbappe, but most people will not agree with you because Kane does everything. He defends, he fights, everything for his team. Does Mbappe defend?
That's true.
He doesn't. He doesn't. You saw Haaland yesterday when Haaland ran from the front and ran back to the defense to come and collect the ball. You saw it
Hmm.
now when they were almost scored the fourth one.
I did that.
You
So
remember?
yeah,
That is the Kane. You will not see Mbappe do that. Kane can do that,
that's. I
but
feel
he will
like that's
do
the
that.
extra that I feel like Mbappe needs to bring to his game. Yes, you
Exactly.
have the fight up front. You're trying to score. You're trying to run at the defense and make things happen for your squad. But that Mbappe that showed up in the club
World
world,
Cup,
I say club World, in the World Cup
World
final.
Cup.
I feel like we're
Yeah.
still lacking that Mbappe. Do you get what I'm
At
saying? Like
all.
that Mbappe
At
that showed up
all.
in that World Cup. Maybe World Cup is where Mbappe wants to shine the most. Maybe.
Yeah.
But
I
Mbappe
know,
in
I
in
know,
that
I know
final,
Real Madrid
like that
fans are
was
generally not happy with Mbappe. Now he's on injury. They gave you a schedule for injury. You went,
took
you
his babe
traveled
out.
out of Spain, took his babe, came on private jet. I'm like, what are you
But
doing?
let him live his life, bro. Let him live his life.
All
What
this
what else are they going
discipline.
for? He's
Ah,
injured. What else are they going for? Like his season
stay
is
and
kind of
support your
done.
team. Stay and support. You are
Let the
still part
brother
of, even if you
live,
are
man.
injured,
Let him
even
live.
if you are injured. Ah,
I get what
are
I
you
get
sure
what
he's
you mean,
injured?
but
Or he's keeping himself for the World Cup?
I get what you mean, but still, let the boy live, man. Let him
Are you
live.
sure he's injured or he's keeping himself for the World Cup?
Who knows? But I know Cunha is going to rest the next 3 games, right? For the 3 games for
Say he's
United.
injured.
Cunha, I think they're resting him for World Cup.
Or is that what is that the agreement?
I saw news like that the Manchester United and Brazil maybe they agree. I don't know. I just remember seeing stuff. I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's real. Says Mbappe might leave Real Madrid and go where? I'll take Mbappe over Gakpo, thousand
You
percent.
don't know. Kingsley, let's look at it this
I
way.
don't even need to defend.
Mbappe was in PSG. PSG was a disaster. He just felt like they were disjointed, there were problems. He left their well-oiled functioning team. Even Mbappe is there.
Eh,
If Mbappe is there, they can't be like that. Because he work, you heard what Dembele said. The Henri asked him, he said, how do you guys manage to run the way you run?
yeah,
You're not tired. You keep running.
the work is intense.
He said, it's simple. If you don't do it, the gaffer will bench you. He'll bench you automatically the next game if you
You
don't
have to
run and if you don't work
run.
hard.
They run. Those
But
guys they run, though. They run.
exactly.
And they are not soft. Like my team, Liverpool, were
Yeah.
just so soft. I've been watching some Liverpool some content creators talk about Liverpool. I'm just like everybody's right. Like this team is so soft. Like and it's not has made them mushy. Like they are just so soft. Everything is so
Kingsley,
soft.
I will tell you
Possession, hold the
something.
ball. Just get
Take
this
your time.
take your time.
There's one thing
Just
about
control. Try
players.
to control everything. Everybody's so
A,
relaxed and laid back.
a
What
man
the
a
hell?
manager rubs on his players.
It's just too laid
They feed
back.
they feed off the energy of the manager.
No urgency
When
when we
Klopp
play.
when Klopp was there, Klopp was like, he's always go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And it's the same mentality the player just had generally. Slot is different. Do you get? So
Mhm.
yeah, players they feed off their managers.
I mean, let me read Drew's last message. He said, Kingsley, how come guys like Gerard and Lampard were never in a shout to win the Ballon d'Or? But Rice is shows how badly footballers have fallen. But you have to look at it. But wouldn't you say they were even better players then?
They
But
were
yeah, well,
better
Drew has a point. Drew has a
midfielders.
point. Drew has a point.
Better midfield.
Drew has a
Gerard
point.
was good.
Drew, I see your point. I see your point. I
I
see your
don't,
point.
guys, would you pick Steven G over Declan Rice?
Like,
Steven G was
yes,
good.
yes,
Steven G
yes,
was good.
yes. You would say, did you guys see what I sent you? And it's not mentioned the Strait of Hormuz
In his press
in his
conference.
press. I did,
That guy
Jeff,
was sick.
I didn't get time to see it, but I will not put anything past any slots. I'm tired of him. I'm actually tired of him.
What
But
concerned is straight with the football.
I don't know. But it's pretty clear that with all the rumors saying he might leave, he will leave. Ajax have contacted him. They're thinking of bringing him in or whatever conversation that is happening. I don't think he's going to
See,
leave.
you don't think so?
No.
I think that losing to Manchester United has affected his chances. If he loses to Chelsea, this disgraceful bare bone Chelsea, he
If he
loses
doesn't,
to
if
them
he doesn't,
or draws, he's done.
mm,
Against he's done.
he's not good
I'm
enough.
serious, he's done. Yeah.
Like even with the players, it's just the decisions he has made. Like you, Harvey Elliott. Why is Harvey Elliott not here? Harvey Elliott is not even playing at Villa. You're looking for somebody to give
Why
you
didn't you
energy
bring him
off the
back?
right. You're looking for
Yes,
someone to
why
give you
didn't you
energy
bring
in
him
the
back?
midfield. Why are you not using Harvey
And he
Elliott?
can play as a winger. Javier Elliott
He
can
can
play as
play.
a
He can play
winger.
from the right. He can play in the middle. Like why are you not using Harvey
Yeah.
Elliott?
He doesn't
Why?
just like,
You don't like Harvey
I
Elliott?
don't know.
Why?
But you want to use Frimpong, a defender,
But
as
you
a
rather
wing,
use Frimpong. I heard that Frimpong had less touches than Freddie Woodman. Do you know
as a
in the
winger,
game? That's what somebody
as a
was.
winger.
That's what somebody was saying that he had less touches in the game than Freddie Woodman.
I don't think so. That would be impossible. That would be impossible. Than Freddie Woodman Kingsley.
That's what I heard.
That's damning. Those are damning stats. You see, whenever Rice has faced quality midfielders, he has crumbled. Gerard was head and shoulders above the rest, regardless of the midfield. Actually, that's true. Almost every game you saw Gerard, you always knew he was there.
I said no
Oh yeah.
Frimpong touched the ball. No, that was a fake start.
I was saying, like, how
Because
possible is that
most
as a
likely fake.
winger?
But yeah,
Ah,
but it
that's
was
not
it was
possible.
still. But how do you guys see? It was still bad. It was still bad in my opinion. It was still bad.
SSB saying, I find it crazy that Arsenal could win the EPL without beating previous champions, Liverpool, or your challengers, City. It's true. They didn't win those games, but that's football. You win the rest. He said Frimpong went to Ghana mid-season.
I don't think he
Oh, say Lukman and
is that.
Alvarez was so
Did he really go to
disappointed.
Ghana mid-season, or that was an old video? I thought people were saying that was an old video of him.
Could be an old video. People are just
It's
uh,
like
uh,
look at his performance as a winger. Zero key passes. Yeah,
it
he
should
had
not
only
be a
one
winger.
accurate cross.
It should not be a winger at all. It should not.
Zero long balls. Like just nothing. Nothing.
Say Madrid need a top manager like Mourinho to handle these egos like Mbappe. Man, Mbappe needs to leave that team. Do you know that since he came to that team, have they really progressed?
Oh, Freddie Woodman had more touches than Frimpong. He's not a fixed stat.
Huh?
SSB is not a fixed stat.
Freddie, are
I
you
promise you,
serious?
I actually went to check SofaScore to see.
How many touches did Freddie Woodman
Freddie
have?
Woodman had 41 touches and Frimpong had 33.
Oh my god, that's bad.
Go check. Go check for yourself. Freddie Woodman had more touches on the ball than Frimpong.
I mean, he was
In
not
fact,
fixed that then.
Frimpong had 3 unsuccessful touches. Freddie Woodman had none.
Damn it.
He had two dribbles. They were none of them were
Frimpong.
successful. Yeah, two
Oh,
dribbles, none.
Frimpong.
Frimpong, none of them were successful. Yeah, that's it.
Damn it. SSB saying, say, Andy, should Simeone go?
It's actually
Mm.
real, man. Said a trophyless season like United, but United are celebrating top four, whereas Liverpool disappointed. Shows the level of standards between each club. Yeah, it shows the level of standard between each club. But brother, at the end of the day, these clubs are just far from where they're supposed to be. You
To
know,
be,
far from
and they
where they're
just want
supposed
to
to be.
taste UCL.
I don't get these weak-minded managers. That's how what I'll call them, weak-minded. These managers are just I don't know. I
This is
don't
what
know. So Lookman touched the
this is
ball
what
maybe 3 or 4 times. Say slot goes under the radar. He couldn't even go on a small FA Cup run, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. He couldn't even win the FA Cup. I was begging this brother to win. He couldn't even win the FA. Anyways, boys, let's talk about the actual semi-final that we care about, which is Bayern PSG. What are we
You
expecting to
don't care
see?
about this one that just
We
was.
don't care. We knew Arsenal were going to move on. They are in the final. Congrats, Arsenal. Rookie and Co will be excited. Let's move on.
They were on the weak side, but you still need to give it to them,
I give it to them. I give it to them.
right?
Oh yeah, I
You
give it
give
to
it
them.
to
The fact
them.
that they drew
Yeah,
Leverkusen and then beat Leverkusen
yeah.
1-0, the fact that they beat Sporting 1-0 and then drew Sporting and then they got through, the fact that they drew Atletico 1-1 and then beat them 1-0 and they went through. Of course, I'll give it to them. It's
And the
an easy
fact that
way.
they could win the
It's an easy
final
way to
1-0.
crawl your way to the final.
There's an easy way to win the final 1-0.
Good way to crawl your way to the final. We all know if they face Barcelona to be a whole different conversation because Barca will not be scared to concede. They will not be scared to
They'll keep
concede.
playing. They
They
will
will
keep
open up
playing.
that game. That game will be an open game and we will see.
Yeah, that's
So
what they want. They
they
want it to be an
crawled and
open
crawled and crawled and crawled their way to the final. So
game.
although huge accomplishment, but sure. Let's move on to the actual semi-final we care about, which is Bayern PSG. They
Ah,
said
I don't know if I.
if Arsenal play PSG, PSG win. If Davis and Musiala start, PSG winning. I say I want PSG to sail through and Arsenal to take revenge against them for beating them last season. Do you guys think this Arsenal squad, with even with Saka inclusive, everybody back, Ben White, do
Mm.
you think that Arsenal would beat PSG? You think Ben White can handle Krasvastalia? You really think that Ben White will handle
No, but
Krasvastalia?
no. Look at it this way: Arsenal as a unit, they defend better than most teams. As a unit, I'm not talking
But we
even
can say PSG
individually.
as a unit, they attack better than most teams.
Ah, Liam on the line with his glasses.
uh, you can say that
He
as a
was in
unit,
the final.
they attack better than most teams. You say Arsenal only has 6 goals conceded this season. Impressive, impressive.
I say Chelsea 6 in a row. I feel like Liam is keeping all the stats. I've lost touch. I've lost touch of that club. I've lost touch of CFC LDN. Do you get? So that's it.
Mm.
See, Arsenal, yeah, Eucharist are dependent. I saw Eucharist dependent. It can happen. You say, and imagine Eucharist bullying Open Mikano. It can happen, Kingsley. It can. Because the thing with Eucharist, I watch it. If you isolate long balls, they only have two. You see, company needs to change that tactic because it's flawed. You cannot play teams like Arsenal and just have two people at the back.
Mm.
You would lose 2-2-4, 2-2-6. It would not work. It will not work. Minimum you would need, maybe, I don't know how it's going to be, maybe a 2-2, 3-2-5 balanced. 3-2-5 is balanced. That's what he should do. But you see this 2-2-6. No, I don't think it's a bad idea because you lose the ball in the middle, especially with this young boy, Miles Lewis Kelly. You see how strong Miles Lewis Kelly is. In fact, Ateta now, I think he's preferring Miles Lewis Kelly in the midfield. That's his newfound solution. Miles Lewis Kelly and Declan Rice, both of them are ball winners. Miles Lewis Kelly can carry the ball forward. Declan Rice can carry the ball forward. So Zubimendi can come from the bench. He's happy with that. See, people are now praising Gyökeres, huh? Caused chaos too. You see, Saka in the final, Palmer isn't. Palmer is shit now. You know, Liam, let's not even. They're not even at this point in time. Palmer cannot even tie Saka's boots. Let's put it like that. Yeah, he can't tie
So
his
funny
boots. You
that
see,
he said,
Gyökeres haters
anyways.
meet me at the car park.
I see what you mean. Miles with Skelly in the midfield, but still,
He played
I
well.
don't know. I don't know if this lineup with Ben White, Saliba,
If he's solid
Gabriel,
enough,
Calafiori,
that is not the most
Eze.
that is not the most creative in terms of those two people at the back, especially Ben White and the Nkampi. I think Arsenal are more dangerous when Calafiori did not
Calafiori,
start. I
he,
think
Calafiori played.
he
He played.
played first
Subbed him
half.
out. They subbed him out in second half
Yeah,
in Campi.
yeah. Yeah, so that's their strongest side.
Anyways,
Maz Skelly.
did okay,
Yeah,
but can this midfield of Eze, Declan Rice, Miles Lewis Kelly handle PSG's midfield? Can they really?
the
Vitinha,
the only
Neves,
person, the only person I fear for is just Easy,
Zai Emery.
because those guys they run a lot. They don't get tired. They run a lot.
If Eze is not doing his bit,
And they'll get caught out. But as a unit, I think Arsenal they defend
and
a
then
lot.
you're dealing
And I
with
don't think
Dembele that can score with both legs. I think I
they
saw something. I saw something. What's it called? I saw something online about Dembele I think one of his previous interviews when he was younger, where they were like, "What's your strong foot?" And he said, "I think Dembele said his strong foot is his left foot, right? His
it
both
doesn't feel that way.
his left and right." But they said, "Oh, but you usually shoot with your right." Say, "Yeah, I shoot better with my right." But your strong foot is your left. Say, "Yeah, but I shoot with my left." He can take penalties with his right, take penalties with his left.
To his left,
Yes. Yeah,
yeah,
like 18 goals with his right foot, 14 goals with his left foot. Like, is that stupid? Like, it's so crazy good with both feet.
and you know
Bro,
that this is the Dembele that Barcelona wanted. This is the Dembele they paid that money
sometimes
for.
I think sometimes you need to go away to somewhere else for you to grow
Mm,
into who you're meant to be. And I
so
think
be
Dembele's story is
exactly
just how it's, what needed to happen. Sometimes you need the environment to be your environment for you to thrive
to
and
thrive.
blossom.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
having a
yeah,
manager like Luis Enrique, having the team
yeah,
around him with Krasvastela,
yeah.
Due, all of these
Ethics,
guys, the good
working hard.
midfield,
Yeah,
everybody's
they're using
grinding,
the
everybody wants to
standard
work
and
hard,
level,
everybody's
right?
good.
Yeah,
You're surrounded with
yeah.
like-minded people. You guys want to win, and then you
Mm,
guys gel well, click well, understand each other, and that pushes you guys more and more and more to even want to compete more. And then
mm,
seeing the opportunity that he has had, knowing that, okay, I have the chance to win Ballon d'Or, I have the chance to win UCL, I have a chance to win all
mm,
these trophies, and then you actually
mm.
do it. You know, it does help. It does help.
Liam is saying, say did not cause. Obviously, Atletico didn't cause any problems. Say Lookman is trash. White had him on lockdown. Nottingham Forest. That's Nottingham Forest team B that destroyed Chelsea. Just so you know,
Mm.
guys. Manchester United were battered also. It's two bombs of the Premier League. Carrick, man, you should look for another coach. They should not make that mistake of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer again, because I feel they are going. That's a new cycle they are about to
I have
begin.
to just I have to just add a little doubt in what you're saying. That maybe this might not be the same
Carrick
Carrick.
is a man.
Maybe Carrick is the man. But hear me out. I'm coming from this point. I'm only coming from the point of player respect. I feel like these players really F with Carrick. You get what I'm saying? Like they really like this
Respected him.
manager. Yeah, they really
They like
respect him.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Don't make that
No,
mistake.
I know,
You
I
know
know,
who Ole
I
Gunnar
know.
Solskjaer was?
Yeah, I know. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. But I feel like this, everything is aligned, given that yes, they like
Mm,
Carrick
mm.
and the backroom staff that Carrick has is good.
It's backroom staff.
Wait,
That's
wait, wait.
the
No, every
difference.
variable is clicking, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Every variable is clicking in a way that it might work, but it might not work in the way they expect. And I'll say
To
why.
work.
It might
Mm.
work in the sense where I don't think United will be in the dumps, that they will not be a top
A
five
top
team. They would
four or
be.
top five.
They'll
Yeah.
be a
Yeah.
top five
Yeah.
team. But
Yeah.
handling multiple competitions, they can have can be a possibility of a trophyless season. There can be a possibility of winning a trophy, but maybe a Carabao Cup, right?
Mm.
But going to Champions League, maybe they try to get to like a round of 16 and they stop
Quarter
there,
final.
or a quarter final and stop there. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not going to beat beat expectations. It's just going to be either below or meet the expectations that we kind of have of Carrick being their coach. You get what I'm saying? But over time, though, if you can keep that consistency with Carrick over time with the right set of players,
So like Arteta.
like Ateta, do you
Oh, back
eventually
to
get
from
a
back to
version
year
of
to year,
year to
year
year?
to year,
Do you
year to
eventually
year.
get a
Yes,
version of United that would then be good enough to be
challenge.
challenging for stuff? It's just
Yes, I think you would.
that's the
I
only
think
angle I'm
you
coming
would.
from. That's the only
I
angle I'm
think
coming
you
from.
would. The,
But
the, the reason that Carrick is very lucky is because there's a Drew might remind me of him. He was in Chelsea before, our backroom staff. This other manager that was the England manager took him from us. Since that guy left us, we've not been the same. Even under Abramovich, he's that good. He was part of our core staff. He was with us for so many years. You see clearly when you are
mm,
not doing anything, the game is weird. You see him talking to Carrick, talking to him. This. That's the person that is doing. Then you see Carrick not. Then before you know it, they are making change. Who is the coach? That guy doesn't like to be front and center. He doesn't even want to be a first team coach.
yeah.
He doesn't want to be a first team coach. So yeah,
Let me say, Kings and Andy, who would you rather, Ten Hag or Slot in your team?
I'd rather have a player manager. None,
Guy.
none.
but,
I'll
but
just
but but for the sake no, for the sake of that conversation, Ten Hag or Slot.
okay. Let's analyze. But I would say that
I won't like
Ten
if
Hag
you
is
okay.
shameless. Ten Hag
No,
is shameless. He will
actually
do everything to win.
wait, actually depending on the team. If you're telling me that you give them a squad that,
Hmm.
let's say,
A good
all
squad.
things being equal,
You
Ten
don't need
Hag
to
or
buy.
Slot, and then you have like a team
Ten
that is
Hag might
packed
do better actually.
Real Madrid or
Yeah, Ten
Bayern.
Hag might do better. I think.
Actually, I'll pick Slot. I'll
You
pick
pick
Slot.
slots.
Yeah, because it's proven with and Slot, when you gave him Klopp's team, he won the league.
Oh, he won the league. And with Man U, with garbage players, he won two trophies.
And well, but he still won the league.
But he still won two
But the
trophies.
two trophies, he won it not the same year. He won it this year, then the next year.
It shows he's consistent. He's consistent as
But those are
winning.
but that just shows that he's a cup manager.
Okay, if you see. True.
That's what it looks
True,
like
he's a
to
top
me.
manager.
So
Yeah.
what happened to the live stream before Kings? Oh, yeah, we had like a family emergency come up, so that was why we had to cancel it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're back. We're back. We keep pushing. Um, uh, SSB saying, I think the whole young Chelsea player model is not good for success. Look at Dembele and Jokeres who are getting success later in their career after failure in the big.
The
Oh,
beginning.
that's the valid
Yeah.
point. That's a really valid point because
Yeah.
some of these players, they
They are
eventually
good.
they are
Yes, they
they
are
end up
good. They are
being good.
learning, right? But Kinsey,
Yeah.
look at this. I know people say, oh, young player, but let's ask ourselves this young player model. Did Chelsea just start it now? No, we did not just start it now. Going for the Emenalo brought that to Abramovich when he brought the idea of we cannot keep buying elite world class players like chon, keep spending money is not sustainable, which is what we agree with Blukovic.
Mm-hmm.
Buying world stars, world best, all these guys, world class players, like everybody's world class, is not sustainable. Look at Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
You wait for your contract to be over. That's where they are now because it's not sustainable. Do you get? But the key thing is that they need to be experienced people as the backbone of the team. Do you get? There needs to be leadership. That you see, when in 2012, after we won the Champions League, Emmanuel said we're changing the model. We still had some of all those heavy hitters in the dressing room. Lampard was still there, Terry was still there. I think Mikel was still there. Some few guys were still there, heavy guys were still there. Do you get? And we added who did we add? Hazard, storage. Yeah, we added Hazard, storage, Oscar. If you remember, Lukaku, De Bruyne. These were all young players. We added so many of them. But if you look at the makeup of the team, we had like We still have them Ivanovic and all these guys as Piliqueta. So we had a core of like 13 experienced guys, heavy guys, and the rest were young stars that were good, that were making the first team. Do you get? So at the end of the day, we found out that they were not patient with some of these young. Even Salah, Salah was in our team. Salah
Mm.
was in our team. People forget this, but it's still the same. It's still similar model, but then Emenalo did it the right way it should be done. You have to have experienced players
Make use.
mixed with this young talent. The young talent make the experienced players better. Kick because look at it this way: an experienced player is good, everything, but what is the key thing he's lacking? The legs. He's 24-year-old Caicedo.
Mm.
Obviously, I can't call Kante because Kante is still running at
But I like
32,
this. I like this AB's points though. Like we did
right?
it with Hazard, Oscar, Mata, Aspi, Moses.
Yeah,
Eze. The difference is
yeah.
we're still hiring elite coaches. You cannot collect a group of
With elites,
geniuses and give
yeah,
them a poor professor. That's fair.
yeah, with elite. So that's the difference between the model from Eminalo and what we are currently.
Say Bruco should be
You,
ashamed, potentially going to finish 13th. All the mess because Maresca was asking for more experience.
that's it.
It shouldn't surprise me. They make Callum McFarlane the permanent manager. I don't think so.
Oh, he doesn't have
I
his
don't think.
coaching
I
back.
don't think so. I don't think he would.
No, no, no.
I don't think they would.
So yeah, that's it. So and
Um,
you know the thing that pains me about Bluco, they act like they're the one that invented all this thing. PSG too went young, but they have experience. Do you get
yeah.
what I'm saying? That is the only way the model can be successful. We understand that football is not sustainable from buying heavy hitters. Yes, we all agree with that.
You can't. You don't want to go extremes. You don't want to go
Yes, a
galactical. You
balance.
don't want to
Yes,
go too amateur. You want to have
because
a mix
Galactico there are too
of
many
too many
egos.
egos, too many
Yeah,
the superstar, too many I want to
yeah,
scores, too many stats padding.
yeah,
Everybody is an individual thing. No, it's not a team.
yeah.
You're not building a team. But you want to like we've had this conversation, I think last year on the live when we're like, you want to have one or two or three world class players in the squad, or even
Yeah.
one or two world class players, some elites, and then you can
The
now
rest
bring
that can
in
do the hard working.
the rest of the people. But
Yeah.
anyways, let's address this and then
And
give final
you
thoughts.
yeah, you look at when we won the Champions League,
Mm.
Mata was there supporting Drogba. And what the conversation between Mata and Drogba, Drogba told Mata, "Oh, please help me win this." I'm just telling you the dynamic between both sides.
Yeah.
Help me win this, right? And what was Mata's reply to him? I'm paraphrasing, like, you are the one that would help us win it. You still need to believe. You need to believe. The cross from Mata, which person's head did he get to? Drogba. Mata had the legs. Drogba had the experience and the skill, the know-how,
Isaiah
right?
is
So
saying if
yeah,
Arsenal wins the UCL between Chelsea and Arsenal, who is successful in terms of UCL?
Chelsea, obviously
Still
we have two
Chelsea, right?
UCL.
Still Chelsea. AB saying, Andy, I disagree. You can have a collection of young talents, but everything around them has to be the best and elite, from training to medical to psychology to management, etc. But you don't want to be too
It will
extreme. You don't
not
want to be
work,
too
AB.
extreme.
It will not work.
You don't
It
want
will
to be
not
too
work.
extreme.
Because you look at a case of when they are in even if you have an elite manager, look at Barcelona. Barcelona have excellent players.
Mm.
But if you just look at that Barcelona side, you just feel like that their youthfulness keeps them at a cap. Like they just reach a level and you just feel like they can't move after that level because they
But
are young.
Barcelona don't
They,
only have young players, though. They have experienced people.
they do, but how many?
You have Lewandowski's experience.
Okay, they do, they do, they
I
do,
mean,
they do,
they
they
have
do,
experienced
they
people
do, they
in
do
mixing.
about four or five, but it's
Yeah,
not so much.
not so
They
much,
do,
but yeah, they
but
do.
still, but still, I get what you are saying, but you still need the experienced people.
Mm.
You still need the experienced people, right? So
Xavi,
even if
yes
you
or
have
no?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. The problem is when they bring Xavi, are they going to sign elite players, experienced players?
It says, Andy, you can say it would not work now, but it did work for Chelsea last season. Or am I missing something? I feel like it worked.
Did it work for Chelsea last season because we won the Club
Club
World Cup
World Cup and you won
and
Conference
Conference?
League.
No, not really.
Okay, okay, it didn't work because of the
Not really.
standards. There was felt like a cap. It felt like
No,
okay,
not
yes, you
really.
should be even winning the Conference League anyways, and you should
Yeah,
be
yeah.
and the Club World Cup you were on the weak
Club World
side, and
Cup,
then you had a
yes, he did.
nice final.
Maresca did his stuff there, good, right? But at the end of the day,
And fourth
if
place
it's that we won,
finish.
yeah, yeah, he did. He did well actually. He did well, and that maybe that's why Maresca kept on saying he doesn't think Chelsea are ready to win the league. Doesn't think Chelsea are ready to win the league. Maybe he
Because
was
you don't
talking
have that
about that
mentality.
experience.
Oh,
That
okay.
experience, you maturity. We're always having red cards.
Hmm.
It's part of the age. Red cards, red cards. It was just so much. Even Rosinho came. We're still having red cards. That's because you have a bunch of everybody's young at the same time. Do you get? But
Hmm.
if you have older people, imagine you had John Terry as a defender. You see guys trying to gather the referee. What would JT do in that time? Or these
Hmm.
elderly guys? They will tell them to back off. Immediately, they won't even come near the ref. They won't get yellow card. But look at some of the yellow cards we got. Silly yellow cards everywhere, left, right, center. Anyways, final thoughts.
Yeah, final thoughts for me. I think big congrats to Arsenal. They have an opportunity to win the UCL. Getting to the final is no small feat. I still give my huge kudos to Ateta. Say what you want about him. He took them to a semi-final last year, took them to a final this year. He has made them
Mm,
title contenders, 4 seasons in a row now. I think he's building something. And what to be the icing on top of that thing, what to really crown it and maybe even cement his name as a legend of that club is when he has trophies to back it up. You start winning trophies, I think
mm,
without doubt, you can now start thinking, okay, this man is moving from not just being elite to
mm,
stepping in class, right?
mm,
And
mm, mm.
writing his name in history as one of the best managers that they've had. But good win for them. Let's see how they do in the UCL. Um, we are looking forward to tomorrow's game. That's the game that I personally care about. Bayern PSG,
Final before the final.
another bloodbath in the Alliance Arena. I think that one will
Mm.
be a must watch. Right.
Oh
So
my God.
let's see how that plays out. Yeah.
Mm. And final thoughts for me would be Ateta wins the UCL or the Premier League. Yes, then I'll come on this life and say yes, Ateta is elite. I'll say it to all Arsenal fans. I will say it. You remind me, and I'll say it. I won't be afraid to say it. He's elite. He's done an excellent job.
Mm.
Excellent. Even if we say, "Oh, Ateta out," is this? He's done an excellent job so far. He has. The evidence is there. He's been adding. He's been adding on layers upon layers, improving them year after year. Right? Whether we like it or not, we just have to admit. So we see.
Yeah. We'll definitely see. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you guys so
Thanks,
much.
bro.
Yeah, appreciate
Yeah.
you guys.
Thanks.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining the stream. If you've not done so, please, guys, like the video, like the stream. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We're trying to hit 10K before the end of the year. We'll see you guys tomorrow after the Bayern PSG semifinal. All right, guys, take care.
The bloodbaths.